Hello, everyone. My name is Ezra Jackson, and this is my consistent presentation. I would like to say that I really enjoyed writing, coming up with the thoughts for the content in this presentation. And the reason being is because it, it gave me an opportunity to think about where I once was in both my personal and professional life to where I've come today and the different things that I have learned and was able to pick up along the way. It was a lot of things I needed to learn. It was a lot of things that I had to fine tune or redo, for lack of a better term, because either one, I just wasn't knowledgeable on what was on the particular topic, the topics itself, or I just could have done it just better. So let's kind of just go through it a little bit and talking, because a lot of these stuff is really really good for me, and I actually enjoy talking. And when I talk to people, I enjoy giving them my experience and how I was able to overcome some of these different tasks. And the reason being is because really I really strive to one day be in a leadership position, and I learned by writing this how all of this kind of, in a way just kind of comes together, and it's just like one is just kind of feeding off the other. So let's get into it. Time management, time management, time management. I started with time management way back, as far back as I can remember, standing on my own 2 feet. It's because that is something that my dad, he would always really drive home for me and my brother. Because he was a firm believer. If you do something in a timely manner, you have the opportunity to do it better, and then also do it sooner than what it was actually doing. Because there's several times where my dad would ask me and my brother to do something, and he wouldn't necessarily tell us when to do it. He just, hey, get it done. So there's been several times where, you know, nightfall happened, and the task and stuff that my dad had asked me and my brother to do, it didn't get done. So instead of doing it at 8 o'clock in the morning, we're sitting down here doing it, 8 o'clock at night. So, and that was his example of time management. Do what I ask you to do, and then I won't bother you. But again, it took us, a long time to learn that. And then I ended up joining the military, where time management was key. It was key because everything pretty much has some type of suspense date. When you were rolling out, getting ready to go, and to the field, you had to get there at a time, get there at a timely manner, and so on and so forth. So my experience with time management really dates back way far, long way before I even knew. I started applying it to my adult life. But I also kind of failed at time management, because the one thing that I learned, and it took me a long time to learn it, was time waits for no man or woman, for that matter. So it waits for no one. So, and with that being said, when it waits for no one, and I'm a firm believer of everybody has the same 24 hours as the next person. So you kind of have to put it in perspective of how you're going to use that. How are you going to use that time? How are you going to use that time to make yourself better or improve your overall footprint? And it was something that I needed to learn. And when I have the opportunity to speak with, speak with people, and we get into that conversation, or we segue into that conversation, I always like to say, hey man, use your time wisely. Use it wisely, because it will benefit you in the long run. Leadership traits, with me, when it comes to leader, it's really about, for me, leadership is how I want people to view me. And again, when I have that opportunity to be in that leadership in that leadership role, that's really going to be something that I'm going to drive is making sure how people view me as a leader. That's very important to me, because even now, on the team, just being a part of a team, I care more about the people around me than I do myself. So, because I am a firm believer of making sure that everybody else is good. And if they're not good, let's sit down, let's talk about it. How can we make it better? How can we make it better for everyone, not just, for themselves? Because I'm a firm believer, I really believe in being in a comfortable place, whether it be your personal life or your professional life, just being in a comfortable environment, because it just makes things a lot easier to accomplish and achieve things when someone's in a place where they feel comfortable. And then along with that, I want to be that person I've never been a spotlight person anyway. I like to give people, their credit for the work that they've done. I mean, I really feel that's important, because I really, I missed out on that. I missed out on that. Someone always, at some point is always taking credit for something that I'm the one that put the time and the effort into accomplishing. So I want to be that leader that makes sure that I am taking care of the people that is on my team, that on the team that I'm a part of. And that kind of segues into the next topic here of influence. I have been in so many different situations where people just didn't understand the power influence that they had over people. And it was really because of how those people that were sitting in those positions, how they would talk to other people. And it is something that always bothered me. One of my big thing is I don't really like the word subordinate, because I'm not beneath you. I'm not beneath you. So when you look at someone on a team as your subordinate, then you're going to treat them so. But if you look at them and treat them as if they're I can't do my job without you, and you can't do your job without me. So it just overall, when you have that mindset, that is my best example of power to influence. When someone feels and they're okay with you making them feel like they're a part, versus you're going to do what I say. You're going to do what I say no matter what. That's not a good thing to lead with, or it's not a good power of influence. And my leadership style, for me, my leadership style, it comes and goes. And I honestly believe having, a good leadership styles comes and goes, but, and it varies from one thing to another. But my main thing is, when it comes to leadership style, is really just knowing yourself. And I want to be, I knowing yourself and knowing your strengths and your weaknesses. And I really want to be a charismatic leader, because I care about the people that I'm involved with, and that either on my team or in my personal life. I really care about what makes them tick, what makes them tick, how can we make each other better, for, again, not only in a personal life, but in our professional life as well. Now, ethical communication, I look at this one way, and that's being honest. Being honest and being transparent. When people know what they're getting from you, and they know the type of person you are, they know how to work with you. They know how to deal with you. They know what you're about. And when someone knows what you're about, they'll do anything for you, because they honestly, they know what they're getting. At the end of the day, they know what they're getting. And that's very important. When a person is changing from one moment to the next, it makes it very hard to work with them and be a part of them, because you just don't know what you're getting from one moment to the next. So thank you. I really enjoyed writing this presentation, and I hope you enjoy it.